Okay, the time is 8:58, and this is appeal number 905. The address is 430 Morehouse Lane, and the appellant is Carol Quintal, right? And my name is Helene Daly. So I'm going to swear you in, Carol, if you'll raise your right hand. What's today, the 19th?
Yes.
19th, yeah. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Now, if you'll just sign next to the X there. Okay. And just to review,
Sure.
you, the town has you at $3,036,900, and you are asking for $2,271,880. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Carol, how did you arrive at that?
Well, I have a couple of different components here. I'm not sure where to start. So I guess the first piece is my land value.
You know what? It's a little noisy out there today. I'm just going to shut this so that we can concentrate. Okay.
So my land assessment, or appraisal, I should say, went from 427.4 to 1,038,000. It increased 143%. One of the important components from my point of view is half of an acre of my property has a conservation easement on it. It's unusable, and I didn't realize that had ever been.
Do you have an adjustment on your property?
No, I don't, which I never realized until I compared to other people that I knew had the issue, and they did have it on their field
What is
card.
the easement for?
It's basically bridle trail.
Ah,
and
interesting.
I saw that. I think I gave it to you. Yes, because Huntington.
That's so cool. Bridle trail.
It's cool that they don't use it like they used to. It used to be amazing, and they used to clear it.
Who's they?
The Bridle Trail Association, and I've written to them so many times. But
they don't use it anymore?
Not really. I haven't seen a horse on my. They used to come on my property in front and then go down the trail, and I haven't seen it.
And they would clean up the poop?
No. Never.
Oh my gosh.
Never.
Wow.
The most they would do is just clear it so that they could ride. And now it's gotten all overgrown. I do need to take some steps on that, but I hadn't realized how big of a piece of the property. You can see that ends up being about half an acre. It goes all the way to the wall, which this wall then becomes Joan Poster's property after me.
Okay.
And she goes all the way.
She's on Morehouse?
Yes.
Okay, so it goes all the way up. There's a wall there? There's a wall.
It's
a stone, one of those old?
Barely there.
Wow.
This land used to be all farmland.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
I didn't grow up here.
It's a beautiful area. Gorgeous.
I get the history as much as I can.
And what percentage did you say that went up?
It went, honestly, I knew it was high. It went up 143%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I do note, I'm very analytical, so I look at the data, and I noticed that, the field card changed from a 0.85 value on the land to 1.25 for our neighborhood. That was consistent. I could see it with all my neighbors, except for one piece of property that was only at 0.85, but I don't know if that may be because I think it's less than 2 acres. But I did notice my neighbors had a conservation mention on their property for either wetlands or some other piece.
Are there 2 field cards here?
I might have given you the early. It's possible that I gave you the original one and then the new one.
No, it has both values. I'm just looking at this second one. I guess it's still the same. It just doesn't have the photo on it. Okay, the same field card. All right. Well, now it's missing some things. Like, here's the land value total land value down here is $1,038,000. That's interesting, because up here it says $1,034,500.
I honestly can't make
Maybe
sense
for
of the
the-
field card in general. I've been trying to find data.
Well, yeah,
that
I
makes
get
sense.
confused too. Trust me.
That makes me feel better.
We're still
But I
always
think what they
asking.
did here, I believe, is because I have a little bit over, I have .05 acres, so they separate. I think this is the 2 acres, and then this is the little bit of remaining. But they're not, there's no adjustment for my, or no note, I should
But
say.
it's still the same parcel, right?
Yes, it's all, but I don't know, they separated it.
I don't know either.
I did notice that everyone in my, I only looked at my neighborhood, everyone has this 2 acre, and then it's like my friends across the street.
Oh, I see. So they separate 2 acres, and then any additional beyond the 2 acres. Yes. Yep.
I believe so.
Okay, I gotcha.
So the land,
So that is not valued as the same, the 2 acres, if it's 2 acre zoning.
2 acre was consistent in my neighborhood, except for one house which had a neighborhood adjustment. See, the neighborhood adjustment went way up. It used to be .85 last time. They changed it. They went from .85 to 125, which I'm sure mathematically impacted the
All right, so that's the land.
That's so the land. And then, yes, okay, the land. And then in terms of the house, there are a couple things on the field card that didn't make sense. Like they have and I know this is minute compared to everything else, but they had the patio being built in 2014. They have and it wasn't. It was added when we did the renovation in '08. So there's a couple little data points that aren't correct.
Did you close out a permit in 2014?
Not that I know of, but I guess it's possible. I guess it's possible. But they have it, it's possible. I don't know that we did. See, here.
It was built in 2006, is what you're saying?
When the generator actually was even older, but the patio was built in 7 with everything else we renovated, and they're showing it as 14.
Okay.
Year built.
Yeah.
And then the generator was surprising because they have it at 100% with a 10,000 value. We put it in and I don't even think we did it in '06. I think we did it earlier. I have the receipt here. And we paid $10,000 for it. So again, it's minute compared to everything else, but
we're telling people throw everything at it, whatever.
Okay.
Throw everything at it.
When I see incorrect data, then I start wondering, okay, what else might be wrong? I had to have it appraised recently because my husband passed away, and the gentleman that came in has a less square footage than you guys have.
When did you have that appraisal done?
I had it it was as of 22. Because he had died then.
And what did he value you then?
It was for another purpose.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, yeah. Okay.
So there's data here, and then I saw they upgraded me. They made me an A property, and I was not at the time prior to that. And again, we haven't done any renovation since '07. They had my, let's see, I have it here. They had my grade at '09, and then they upgraded it to 11 and an A.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
See, this was the old one, the original.
Yeah.
So, but there was no work done, so it's almost as though things changed without there being any data to support like an improvement in my home. So then, after I looked at my own data, I looked at my neighbors to see if all the, similar homes in my
that's
same
a very
neighborhood.
specific street, I
assumed that was important. I couldn't really compare it to anyone else. What I found was that homes that were either completely renovated recently or brand new, that if on a square footage basis were being appraised at much less than me.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So I looked at 3. I looked at more, but I think in fairness I should only give you three. I looked at 325 Morehouse, which is a brand-new home. It's recently built. It's on over 3 acres of property. If I looked at the per square footage appraisal, it was appraised at $244.
Now, are you talking about the full appraisal or just the dwelling?
I looked at I separated the land.
Okay.
The land ended up being what I said before.
Yeah.
2 acres was taxed consistently,
Yeah.
but then if it was over, what I noticed is if you have 3 acres, you pay a lot less tax when it goes down.
Yeah.
Right, the per acreage.
Yep.
So I separated out the homes. So the home, I just did simple math, Helene. I looked at total square footage and I divided it by the number of appraisal.
Yeah.
And so what I found was there was inconsistencies, and I was being taxed per square foot at a higher.
So what is 325 Morehouse? What's that price
That
per
was
square foot?
$244.89. It's I brought their.
Yeah, I don't have that in the
I have
packet.
And they were, this is a brand new house that has a pool, a spa, an outdoor kitchen, things that I don't have. I don't have any outdoor, pool, et cetera. And they had A+ grade, which makes sense, 100% building code.
Sure.
But when you do the math, per square foot, it's $244. Mine comes out to $293.48. So a big reason why I'm questioning this is I'm not understanding how do you look at my home compared to the others in my neighborhood that are all either brand new or recently renovated.
So if you were to take, let's just say, 244. 9 times your 6,811 square feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is this just for the dwelling you're talking about?
This is for 325, yes.
Right, but this is just the dwelling.
Yeah.
That brings you to 1667. So what is your dwelling right now is your 1980. Yeah.
And plus that house is brand new. It was just built.
Let me just make a note here.
Sure. And I know there's a lot of data. If there's anything else I could provide, I was
6, 6, 7, 9, 4, 5. Okay. And just out of curiosity, they have a similar lot size?
No, they have
3 acres.
And at first I looked at that.
What is their land valued at?
Well, the 2 acres assessment, I think, is consistent. So I think their 2 acres is getting assessed at the same as mine.
Mm-hmm.
But since they go over 3, they pay way less on that extra.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't understand that until I looked at the data.
Yeah.
So if I looked at their total on the land, theirs is appraised at 11914, and they have way more land than I do.
What is their total?
11914 for the land.
Okay, but what's their total altogether?
2677900.
2677900 total. Okay.
And again, see, when you look at just that small difference, it's not small, but on the land, that surprised me. But that's because they're only paying very little on that third acre.
So for you to ask for 2271880, to me, seems consistent and reasonable, considering the fact that you have 1 less acre, and you're not new construction.
And I can't use half an acre.
Right, exactly. You have a pretty sizable easement on that property, yeah. Okay.
I honestly didn't realize how significant it was until I looked at the map and got the data.
Okay.
So then the 2 other houses that I fit in the same category are 359 Morehouse, brand new. They, unfortunately, my friends had a fire. They rebuilt the entire house from scratch. It's listed at A- grade, 99% good, and they're at $281.17 a square foot, less than me. and that house was totally built from new.
Yeah, yeah.
And the same thing, this one was even surprising, 330. It was a house that was built some time ago, but they've done a new addition recently, a remodel. They bought it in June of 24. It sold for $3 million, but they're only being appraised at 22752.
When did they buy that?
They bought it. It was sold in June of 24.
Oh, June 24.
Yeah.
And sold for $3 million, and they're
Appraised at 2275. That's with the land, and they have a little bit. They have more land than I do.
And what's 359 Morehouse appraised at?
359 is appraised at 285.
Oh, sorry.
What's
28514. That's everything, land.
Yeah.
Because I knew that also. They have 8 acres, but again, they have conservation on there, and they're not paying much on the land over 2 acres. So at first I thought the land was off.
Just right off the bat, I'm sure we're going to get you something because of that conservation easement, that fact that you don't have that. So that's a good thing. But these other comparisons are significant, in my opinion, because your street is so unique, and it's such a, you really need to focus on that street alone because it's special. It really is. But you've given us some very good comparisons in my mind here, and if you were to take any of these numbers and apply it to you,
that's why it was hard. I was trying to pick a number that by square footage that was fair compared to my neighbors, but I guess the thing is, my house is old compared to these because we haven't, the renovation is over 20 years old. No, it's 20. We renovated in like 06, 07.
Yeah, it's in 1994, right?
Yes, it was built in 94, correct. So I think that's really the crux of what I'm trying to just understand. How is it working, and how is my number compared to, as you said, the houses that are on my street that I know. I've been in many of them, so, I know they're nice homes.
Yeah. No, I think you've done a good job of presenting it, Carol, and so it's my job to present it to the board. So you've got some good data here. I'm definitely going to present this and see what we can do for you. But like I said, in my mind, the no-brainer part of this is the fact that you have this conservation easement on your property and it's not noted in the field card. So that should be number one. And then we'll see what we can do with the dwelling part of it. Okay. And
is there anything, Helene, that you? I don't know. I have a copy of like when we installed the generator.
I have that in here. What I don't have are the field cards or the vision appraisals for the other houses on Morehouse.
Okay.
If you have that with you, I could. Yeah.
What do you want? The current ones?
Current.
Okay.
Yes.
I know in some cases, I was trying to prepare for this process, and I was looking at my neighbors prior to the meeting.
Yeah.
I was trying to get in here last year, but I couldn't.
Oh, yeah, because they didn't update that until after. Yeah. It took a while. Yeah.
Okay.
So 325, 359, and 330.
Okay. Trying to make sure I don't give you the old one. Yeah, this should be 330, 325. Not trying to get my neighbors in trouble, just want to.
Oh, no, you can't.
Okay,
you can't.
okay,
No,
good.
No. If they didn't come before the board, no, they're not.
And then what was my last? Oh, 459, right?
No, I have 325, 359, and 330.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's 459.
Oh,
459 is
okay.
my, is the one that was built from.
Okay,
Sorry about that, my error. Yes, I noticed, this is when I noticed they had that notation on their property. and I didn't.
Yeah, okay. Noted on field card.
Did I? Okay, you have a clip.
Yeah. Okay, great, perfect, all right. All right, so here's how it will go down, Carol. We're still trying to get through, I think we're a little more than halfway through our 911 appeals. So we will, when we're finished listening to everything, we will come together as a board and deliberate. There are 5 elected board members, I'm one of them, and then we have 4 alternates that are also helping us. So we'll, after we vote, you will get a letter from the assessor's office, and hopefully they send them out as they receive them from us. But I mean, that might not happen till, sometime in April. It could be late April. We have so many to go through. And you'll get a letter saying one of 3 things. Either, yes, you got your appeal granted to your number, or you got a partial appeal, or you were denied. And if you're denied, the letter unfortunately won't tell you why, but you can go back and listen to the recording of the deliberations and see how the vote went. And then if you're still not happy, you can go to Superior Court to contest it again. But
What is that? Well, I'm hoping I don't have to.
No, I'm hoping you don't have to do that either. Yeah, and we're going to do the best we can to get this done, Carol.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for all your hard work in getting this done.
Sure.
I know it's not easy. Most people don't understand the process.
It's not easy. I don't understand the field card, but I understand data numbers, and so I just went to my comfort point of, okay, how are they coming up with this?
No, and you did this all on your own, so I applaud you for all the good information.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to end the recording. Okay, the time is 9:26, and this is appeal number 919. The address is 81 Valley Circle, and the appellant is Lawrence Ludwig, correct?
Correct.
All right, and my name is Colleen Daly, and Lawrence, is it Larry or Lawrence?
Larry.
Larry, okay. Larry, I'm going to swear you in, if you'll raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, if you'll just sign, there's a pen right there, sign next to the X. Okay, and now let's just review here. The town has you at $993,900 as your appraised value, and you are asking to go to $764,700, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, Larry, why don't you tell me how you arrived at that number?
Okay. So our assessed value is $695,000. That's supposed to be 70% of the actual value.
Right.
That's be very close to $1 million. That is way off.
Well, no, yes. So your appraised value then is, I see what you're saying, the entire appraised value is $993,900. Yeah.
No,
okay.
The assessed value is $695,000.
Yes, but we're going to talk appraised numbers here, but we're just going to talk market value.
Okay.
It's easier. We get too caught up in the weeds with it.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. The Zillow value of our house is $766,000. The March Redfin value of our house is $733,000.
Okay.
We have good friends whose house is almost exactly rated the same by Zillow, $765,800, almost exactly the same Zillow price. Their assessed value is $592,000.
And where are these houses located?
Ours is at 81 Valley Circle, 1 block from Bridgeport.
Yep.
It is on a half acre,
right.
But it's 1 block from Bridgeport. Our house is only 2,100 square feet. We haven't done hardly any updates except for the solar panels on the house.
But I'm saying that the comps that you just quoted, where are they located?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the friends who are, have almost exactly the same Zillow price, their house is on, let's see, it's off,
Is it in your area?
it's in a different area. It's, by, the Lake Hills area.
Yeah, okay, so, I mean, listen, in the past, what we've always said, the assessor's office has always said, in order to address the inequity that you feel that the town has given to you in your number, you need to have sold comps in the base valuation year. Now, I'm the first one to admit, because I'm a realtor, there are not enough comps, sold comps, because of the environment that we're in, and the
Yeah.
inventory is so insanely low. It's never been this way in the 28 years I've been doing this. So we are saying, listen, throw everything at it that you can
Yeah.
find. If
Well,
you've got a
here's
neighbor
the-
next door.
Yeah,
However,
okay,
but my
here's the-
point, Larry, let me just get to this. My point is, if you are using comparable properties to you, they have to be within your general area. So, you know, you are in, I know where you are in Valley Circle. You know, you're all the way up Wilson, and you're near Park Avenue. I know that.
Right.
You need to find comps that are in that general area. You really can't use Lake Hills, you can't use University, you can't use any
Yeah,
of
well,
those.
here's another house that's very close to ours.
Uh-huh.
This house is right off Churchill Road.
Okay, what's that address?
I don't have the exact address.
Okay, that's important. We're gonna need
Yeah,
that.
but anyway, the Zillow price of his house is $1 million. His assessed value is $629,000.
Okay, but right now, that means
70,000.
nothing, that's gonna mean nothing to the board, Larry. I don't mean to keep interrupting you. I'm trying to help you. So what we need are addresses. We need the address of that. And you can bring that information back to us.
Well,
Yeah,
this
I need,
is,
and what I want you to do is print out,
grossly unfair.
what I want you to do is print out the vision appraisal. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to go on vision appraisal?
No.
All right. So in your search bar, I want you to put VGSI. Are you going to write it down? All right, let me write it down for you.
Yeah.
VGSI Fairfield. To get printouts of properties. Okay. So once you go to that, VGSI Fairfield, you click on that page, and it's going to bring you to, I can even show you on my phone.
Could you help me with that?
Well, I can't print it out right now, but
This is grossly unfair, tremendously unfair.
Connecticut, all right, going about this a little. I want to show you what the page looks like, because, all right, so see, that's what it's going to look like. So there's vision appraisal. You're going to come to this page, and you're going to click on that, enter and then you're going to put their address in there. You have to find their address.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, like for instance, I'm going to put your address in here and show you 81 Valley. There it is. All right, so see, here you are, 81 Valley. That's the page you're going to get. And it's going to show you what the new appraisal is, the land value and the dwelling, and so that's your new, let me see. Yeah, that's your new value there, 993,900. So that's what you want to, find out. Any comps?
How come that is so radically different from Zillow and Redfin?
Well, that's what you're trying to prove. That's what you're trying to prove. Now, the other thing you could do, because I know there are some sales in that area. Let me just.
I know there was one sale
Because that would help you too.
Wilson Street just recently.
Uh-huh. All right, let me see if I can find.
Very, very recently.
Let me see if I can find it, Larry. Because, it would be easy to find because you're a ranch, and you really have to compare it to other ranches.
Actually, it's not a ranch, it's a split level.
Oh, I don't know why it looks like a ranch to me.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a split?
yeah,
Huh, that really looks like a
Yeah.
ranch, doesn't it?
yeah. Yeah, it looks like a
Level.
ranch, but, it does go up to a second floor.
Okay. All right, well, let's just see here. Style. Your split level, okay. And-
Also, I think it has us as having two full bathrooms. We have one full bathroom and one 3/4 bathroom.
What's a 3/4?
Just a shower.
Oh, well, that's considered a full bedroom.
That's considered a
Yeah.
full, okay.
A full bathroom, rather.
Yeah.
Flooded the entire shop floor.
Okay.
So they had
So
to.
you are,
All
I would even bring you into the North Stratfield neighborhood too, but they don't even have all they have is Stratfield, so we're just gonna stick with Stratfield, okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. My wife and I are leaving to visit our daughter and son-in-law and grandsons tomorrow, so if there's a time factor, we might not be able to deal.
No, if any more additional information that you would give would be, you wouldn't have another hearing, you would just bring it to the assessors. All right, let me see, you're trying to go to 764. There's a bunch of splits. And these are all in the base valuation year. Let's see. Your square footage is 2,000. I'm just trying to find one that's about the same. Here's one, 2166, 5 Random Road.
Yeah, that's right in our area, Random Road.
That's a split that sold for $710. All right, let me write this. 5 Random Road. Just making notes here. Sold for $710 on October 2025, and that's actually a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. And 2166 square feet. Okay, there's that. Let me get.
Yeah, I appreciate your doing that very much.
Of course. All right, let's see. They have you. Yeah, there's no way. 993. No, sorry. Cherry Hill.
Yeah, Cherry Hill is in our area.
Yeah, but I'm looking at here's the one on Wilson Street, 526 Wilson.
Yeah, right.
All right, so that is, you know what? You look at
I think
your
that's
square
a-
footage. Your square footage is. I think what they did here is you don't have your fields. I'll look it up in a minute. Anyway, I think what they did was it's so strange. Some of the split levels in town have, as the square footage, they combine the first floor and the lower level, because you have a lower level, right?
We have a lower level.
Yes, so that's what's happening with some of these splits, and others are not. Others are just taking first floor as the true first floor and not the lower
Yeah.
level. So I have a feeling with your 2166 square feet, my guess is they're including that lower level. All right, let me see here. So Wilson Street, that's sold for $650.
Which one was that?
That was
The
this
Wilson
one
Street?
here, the Wilson.
Oh, no, this is not the Wilson, that's a different
Well,
one.
no, but that also sold in the base valuation year. And that's a 3-bedroom. One and a half bath. Square feet, okay. Random Road, I got that. Jackman Avenue is another one.
Yeah, Jackman is in our area,
219, that's what I'm saying, there's a bunch of them right here.
yeah.
That's what you want, Larry. You
Yeah.
want all right, that closed for $780. And that is let me see, that was in August of 25. And Larry, that was a 5-bedroom,
Right,
3.5 bath colonial.
yeah, right.
So that's way bigger than yours, 2,441 square feet, okay?
Right.
That's a good comp. Then we have, and I have to look at the interior of these. Tell me about the interior of your house.
Yeah.
What is your kitchen like? What are your bathrooms like? Are they
Yeah.
dated?
Yes, yeah, okay, so the kitchen, has, a lot of counters, which we like, but, they weren't redone.
Well, what kind of cabinetry do you have?
Formica.
All right, so you have Formica countertop.
No, the countertop, we did make an upgrade. It's Corian.
Corian, okay.
That was about 15 years ago.
All right, so, but what about your
The
cabinetry?
cabinets are just Formica.
Well, no, they can't be Formica.
That's yours?
Hmm? Oh, no, it's not mine. No.
Okay, take property taxes on it, it's like.
Oh, no, I don't know.
In the tail end of a.
Yeah.
It's rid out of paper, so it was the last part.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry,
no.
okay.
Well, cabinets can't be made out of Formica, right?
Maybe
Are they
the
wood?
base spacing is Formica. I guess
No,
maybe
it's
they're
probably,
wood.
no, they probably have
I
like.
know we have this Formica that's kind
Yeah.
of peeling
Well, I
off
mean,
and everything.
Yeah, that's not Formica, those are, yeah. It's they're not even real wood, it's like a composite wood, and then they put this like cover on it, it's like a vinyl cover almost.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what it is, yeah.
Okay, so,
Yeah, we did that about 15
and your
years
appliances are older?
Yeah, well, the dishwasher is about 4 years old, so that's not too old.
All right,
And the washing machine and dryer are very old, but they're pretty
and
functional.
how about your bathrooms?
Those are not updated. We have in the master bathroom, which has the shower, it's a cabinet that has drawers on the left side and on the right side.
But I mean, just overall, is it, how old is it?
Oh, maybe at least 15 years old
Okay.
that we did
All right,
somewhat
so,
update that.
so your kitchen and bathrooms are dated?
Oh,
Yeah.
and the upstairs bathroom where our daughter used to have her bedroom that
Mhm.
we use for other purposes now, that bathroom is totally not improved whatsoever.
Yeah,
So that's, and the house is made in 57,
All right.
so it's not the original.
okay, so you know what, we identified some good comps here, Larry. And I understand you're going out of town, so I'm gonna just print out those for you. And,
Oh, I really
add it
appreciate
to
that.
your,
That's very nice, Nolene.
well, we're trying to do the right thing for the appellants, and, I understand that you don't even know how to get to that website, so
Yeah.
it's very confusing to a lot of people. I
Yeah,
understand that,
I'm not
you
too
know.
computer savvy.
Well,
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
We'll see what we can do, Larry. You know, we're a 9-member, well, we're a 5-member elected board, so I'm one of the
Yeah.
elected members of the board. And then we have 4 alternates, so there'll be 9 of us deliberating your case, and it'll be my job to present it to the board. And
Great.
I'll have these comps to show them. And then you'll get a letter from the assessor's office. It'll say one of 3 things. Either, yes, you got your appeal granted to your number, or you got a partial appeal, or you were denied. If you're denied, you can always go to the Superior Court and fight it there. You won't get a reason in your letter as to why you were denied, but you can always go back and listen to the recordings, which might be hard for you to find.
Right, okay.
Maybe your daughter could help you if that's the case, but I hope,
Yeah.
hopefully you won't have to do that. And that's that. So, yeah, we'll do the best we can for you, Larry.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Elaine.
I'm going to end the report. Okay, the time is 10:13. This is appeal number 936. I am Helene Daly. The appellant is John McNamee, and the address is 1261 Reading Road. John, if you'll raise your right hand, I'm going to swear you in. Today's the 19th. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. If you'll just sign next to the X. Okay, there we go. Thank you. So just to review, the town has you at $965,000 and you are asking to go to $864,450. Okay, so not much of a reduction, so that seems reasonable. And you are a nice little ranch house on Reading Road with all the huge houses. It's like, oh, how refreshing to see a nice little ranch house.
Yes.
3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch, 2,025 square feet on .140. So how did you arrive at this number, John?
Honestly, it was an estimate. It was like a 10% reduction from the original assessment that I had received at the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I had looked at some of the other comps that were sent over in that were available on the website.
Okay, so did you make note of any of those?
I mean, so I did, just to kind of get an idea. So I know I know the process is trying to assign values to all the properties in the town, and that they have the best way to do that is to rely on these sale information.
Yeah.
So I did look at some of the other properties. The ones I was looking at were ranch style. They were on smaller lots.
And you took those off of the list. There were like 4 lists online, right?
Right, yeah. They had ones by location, and they had ones by style.
By neighborhood, by style, by price, yeah.
Correct.
And then the 4th one was the land, yeah.
I don't think I saw all 4 of them, but I did see a couple of them and noted, well, a few things. As far as the home values, all houses being sold are renovated usually, at least, spruced up, and they have,
some of them,
not
all of them.
Not all of them, but a lot of the ones I was looking at, they have, updated kitchens or updated, baths and what have you. Unfortunately, even though we have plans to, at some point in time, to renovate our kitchen, we haven't yet. And for instance, our kitchen is still the original 1950 kitchen. I have some pictures in here. Unfortunately, we do have a newer stove and a newer refrigerator, but all the cabinetry and what have you are.
Would you say that goes back to the 1950s?
I would, at least if you look here, it's to my wife's dismay, it's all still fairly original.
And that's Formica, right?
The tiling, if you notice the floor tiling, you can probably see a little bit better color.
I see it.
The floor tiling was just used by the previous homeowner. He actually used it for the countertops.
Oh,
It was a rush job. The history of the house was it was originally planned to be demoed and one of these prefabbed 3-story buildings were authorized, it was approved to be rebuilt before the previous owner could do that. However, the market tanked in 2007, and for our luck, he ended up selling it, and we got the home again with intentions to eventually do some renovations to it. But at the current time, you know, it has the original kitchen.
What's this back here?
So I was going to get into that
Okay.
as far as I can go through some of the stuff that I listed here on my letter. So, you know, like I said, the kitchen is basically original. One of the chimneys was inspected at the end of 2024, and it needed to be replaced, which we've done since. It does not have a garage, which is standard for the area. It doesn't have a basement. It doesn't have storage in the attic.
Is it on a slab?
It's on a slab.
Oh, really? On Reading Road?
On Reading Road, yeah. It's,
I wonder. Must be like right where there's a lot of rock ledge.
Yes, it is. I'm right on a ledge, and actually the neighboring house, the one up, if you're going north on Reading to the left, was built by the same family, and they also have a slab.
Okay.
So those, so it lacks a lot of the, you know, storage that you would get from a lot of the other homes. Like I said, it doesn't have a garage.
Yeah.
The roof is near the end of its life. It's actually begun leaking to my dismay as well. The attic is designed poorly. I've had people come in to look at it to re-insulate it, and the way it's designed, it just doesn't lend to good insulation. So often my attic is as hot as my downstairs, which is okay for storage, but it does increase the cost to operate the home. You know, I did include a picture of the stone wall. It was deteriorated. It's kind of just a rubble. The previous owner, again, kind of did a lot of demo to it. Right underneath the kitchen photos is a picture, kind of an idea of the stone wall, which again isn't really up to the neighborhood standard. Most of them, you know, I see people rebuilding homes, and one of the first things they're doing is the stone walls. But we haven't just had to get to that. So that's just one of the other items. As far as the land, it is undersized for the area, for the district. It's
you're right.
1.5 or 1.4, depending on what it be. And then behind the home is this, there's a farm.
I thought that's what this was, yeah.
Yes, and the...
this is where the guy took down all the trees, right?
I think that was right before us. He filled in kind of a wetland, and then he reestablished a wetland. And he has been storing large construction vehicles and construction debris, stone, gravel, logs, concrete forms, etc. And it basically, it's a 1 acre lot right outside of our windows. This is the view out of my kitchen. This is the view out of my living room. Again, it's, you know, they're good neighbors, but, you know, that's the view out our house, and it kind of brings down.
So say that he's storing what again? Not only equipment, but materials like gravel,
logs, stone. And sometimes it's stored there, sometimes it's removed. It's kind of it's in cycle. It almost looks like they're building something, but if you look at some of the other photos, just for comparison, you know, I did a Google Earth, and actually these photos aren't the greatest. Just to kind of give you an idea over the course of the life of since our ownership, it's basically been there since, you know, for the 15 years. So it's been kind of our view. It's increased, it's decreased. There's been 8 vehicles. There's been 2. Currently, I think the most recent photo I had was 6.
Was that established? Is that guy, does he have a construction company? Is he a builder? What is
I think he may, I'm not sure.
I know there was, I know for a long time the town was fighting with him, and it was sort of shady, and then he said, oh yeah, he wanted farm status.
Right.
You know, because that really benefits him for tax purposes.
Right.
But is he farming back there?
I mean, I don't know. I believe another portion of his property, so we're here, this is him over here, and then it's like further over this way, I believe he does have some farmland over there.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps some livestock, he's got an alpaca. And then, but, you know, there's the maintenance of the equipment, there's the storage of the equipment. You can see it from the curb, you can even see the equipment to our house. This is from the curb as well. It just kind of brings down the character of the neighborhood, you know. So, and I'm not sure, you know, exactly how, you know, in Fairfield, if that qualifies for
there's no location adjustment here. Oh, that probably used to be the garage, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was converted into a.
There's no location adjustment here. I don't think. Maybe there is. Look at that. I mean, you're essentially backing up to a construction site, you know.
Yeah, it's funny.
Or you know, a construction company that stores all their equipment and things there. All right, so I'm just trying to figure out how you, taking into account all of this, how did you get to that 864, 450?
Again, it's I don't want to say it's arbitrary, but it's kind of arbitrary. It was a 10% adjustment, basically from the original assessment that I had received.
I know you're kind of unique in that you are in a 2-acre zone, but you are a lot lower than, or half an acre lower than what is required in that district. And, you know, it's in an area where there's so many huge houses, it's hard to find that little ranch.
Right.
Or even a split, you know, to compare you to. So, but here's my question. You did mention that you went back to the lists online.
Right.
Out of those lists, did you find like 2 or 3 comps that we can pull and rely on?
Well, so unfortunately, you know, the property sizes were a little bit different, but you know, these were some of them. 41 Bunnell Circle.
Wait a minute, where's that? Bunnell Circle.
Yeah, this wasn't in. These weren't really in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I need neighborhood. That's what I need.
You do, okay.
Yeah.
I would need to. I don't know if I'm not able to do that, but I can look for some more.
Yes, you can. What I would focus on, and you could even go onto Zillow or Realtor.com and see what has sold in. Look in Greenfield Hill, because that's where you are.
Right.
Look in Greenfield Hill, and go back to those lists that the town has, and I'll tell you some of those sales go back to October 2023. Okay. So don't feel like you have to just stick to October 1st, 2025.
Okay.
The town itself, those lists that the town has out there, some of them go back to October 2023. Now, what they've done is timestamp it to, you know, bring it up to the base valuation year.
Okay.
But you can look at all those properties, and I would just stick with neighborhood.
Yeah.
And try to see if you can, you know, cross-reference the two, like styles and neighborhood for ranches. But I would say, even if it's not a true ranch, I would even look at split levels and maybe raised ranches, because those are all kind of in that same category. I would not compare it to a colonial, but you could use a split and a raised ranch, and you know, we would adjust for that. And if you can come up with 2 or 3 good comps that bring you into this 864, 450 range,
Okay.
John, that would be very helpful.
Okay.
Because right now, just by saying, well, 10% adjustment, they're not gonna respond to that.
Right, okay.
So, what I would do is do the printouts of the, vision appraisal printouts of those properties and bring that back and make sure you mark it as file number 936 so that, we can have that in the file and look at it that night.
Okay.
But since you were looking at them, and I know you looked at them and referenced them, but now I need to see what they were.
Right, and I do have one that was close, but it
Which
was
one?
only one. I will go back and see if I can get some more though, and dive a little bit deeper.
Uh-huh.
There was one at 625 Hillside,
Okay.
which was close. It was a smaller building and lot. It sold in April 29 and 25 for $700,000.
Okay.
But again, I will do some more digging.
So that's good.
And see what I can.
Yeah, if you can get a couple more, that would be awesome.
Now I did, and again, I know these are way unreliable,
Uh-huh.
but I did, just pull up from the Zillow estimates.
Mm-hmm.
And this was showing, as of October, an amount of 847.8. And then another one was showing.
What was it, 8?
I can give you this if you'd like to attach it. It's 847. Again, as of October 25.
Yeah.
And then this one was. This is another one, and again, these are the online sites which don't
Sure.
necessarily.
No, but believe me, everybody's doing it, so you're not alone.
Okay, and this one is showing a current amount of 769, and for the past year it was under 8. It just flipped up over 800.
Yeah.
And again, I know those are way. Actually,
you know what? It's a comparison. So we're taking everything into account, believe me.
Okay.
Because what we're finding is, because I'm a realtor, and I can tell you, in the 28 years I've been doing this, I've never seen the inventory is low. Most people don't even understand. When we say that inventory is low, they think, oh yeah, inventory is low. Right now, we're like, in our spring market, we should have easily 500 listings from which to choose and show our clients. We're well below 100.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's how low it is. So the sales data is just not there.
Yeah.
And so, that's what we're saying. Throw everything at it. Throw everything at it that you can to compare what's going on here, because we just don't have. And also the fact that the inventory is so low, that's completely skewing all the sales prices, and people are way overpaying for things.
Yeah.
But that's the market we're in,
right.
Unfortunately,
And that's, and I do realize that, what the whole intention of the revaluation is to kind of be fair and allocate, assign a value to all properties.
But these new valuations are not fair.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know it's difficult. You can imagine your job. You're getting more people in here than normal years.
Oh, 911 to be exact, this year. Yeah, what does that tell you?
9/11 never really good.
I know, that's not a good number. Somebody else said that to me too. It's like, oh, terrible, that's a terrible number. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, oh yeah, that is a bad number. All right, I'm going to end the recording here, John.
Okay.
Tell her that you came to me. And then you can tell her that, that's why I didn't call her back. Okay, the time is 10:35. This is appeal number 938, and the address is 247 Home Fair Drive. The appellant is Michael and Alexandra Augusta, and we have Michael here today. Michael, I'm going to swear you in.
Sure.
If you'll raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, if you will just sign there next to the X.
Sure.
And my granddaughter has done some plays with your daughter, who is absolutely incredible. I was blown away when I first heard her sing. It's like, whoa, that girl.
Small girl, big voice.
That girl has talent, man, oh man.
She's, Footloose is the
Oh.
middle school play in a couple weeks.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, you are asking to go to 1150, and the town has you at 1301200, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so you're a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath colonial,
Correct.
3171 square feet on 0.46 of an acre.
Yes.
All right, so why don't you tell me how you got to that number?
Sure, I will tell you. So I think our house is overvalued for, I'm going to give you two reasons. First, I think that Vision, when they did their initial assessment, I think they used some incorrect information. They made an incorrect classification. They classified us as an enhanced colonial.
Oh, yes, this is a new thing coming up this
Yes,
year.
which is way out of step with the neighborhood, which I'll get to in a second. To their credit, when we did challenge that enhanced colonial designation, they did knock us down to a colonial designation, which is helpful. But in doing so,
when did you do that? Like
in the informal process in February, I guess.
Oh, so Tyler did that?
Yes.
Did Tyler? Okay.
Yes. So, or Vision, Tyler, whatever the company.
Yeah,
Vision's like the website, I guess. But anyway, so when they did that and they reclassified, I think they bumped our quality from a B to a B plus to sort of recoup some of that adjustment price.
But enhanced colonial is even
nicer than a colonial.
Yeah,
correct.
so that should have decreased you. Okay.
Well, it didn't increase the value. They increased the quality, right? So if you look at B plus, right, it's listed as. Here we go. B plus, right? The grade B plus. I'm not quite sure.
So the grade before.
I believe it was a B. I confess I don't have the paper in front of me, the original paper, but I believe it was a B and it bumped to a B plus. So I think that was done to sort of minimize any devaluation that came from the reclassification. Area comps, on the other hand, just don't support 1.3 million in value.
Yeah.
So let me explain. So the block, 9 of the 10 houses around me, they are, in the last 15, 20 years, tear downs, built from the ground up new. They have basements. They're all new colonials, much bigger than my house.
Mm-hmm.
My house is 1953, it's the original structure. It's built on a slab that was originally a ranch. In 2008, they added a second story. They used builder's grade material, so it's kind of it's an upgrade. You know, it's got a second story, which is great, but it's not the nicest of material. The bones are all still the 1950s house though. So when they made that enhanced colonial designation, they did so without seeing, right? They did it based on papers, and you know, when I spoke with them during that informal process, you know, they're like, oh, well, you pulled these permits, you've done these nice renovations to your kitchens, your bathrooms, et cetera. This is incorrect, right? If you were to look, and you know, there's pictures in there. I brought you bigger ones for you to see. You can see the kitchens and bathrooms are all the 2008 quality, right? There's been no update since then, and I think you probably know, as a person who works at Compass, if we were going to sell that house, they would say you need to upgrade all the kitchens and bathrooms.
Yeah, right.
Like trash. Okay. So, you know, I don't think there's any question there that, you know, the quality, when you factor in the builder's grade material and the fact that it's still the builder's grade material from 20 years ago, I think where quality is quite where it should be. Yeah, and on top of that, the roof needs to be redone, it's vinyl siding. It's all sorts of things that really need to be boosted if it was going to have that nice 1.3 value that they'd like to give us. So take all of that, right? And then when we go to the comps that we submitted, first we submitted 29 Bayberry. Right, 29 Bayberry is 4 blocks away from us, closed in mid-September of 2025. There's pictures in with the packet. It's a nice house, it's renovated, it's nicer than ours. It's 1,600 square feet larger than our house, has a home theater, has a pool, has a gym. The yard is admittedly smaller and it has 1 fewer bath, but I don't think that house selling at 1.035 supports my house selling at 1.3 when given, you know, the differences in quality.
Could it get any smaller here? Oh my goodness, all right.
I have it in color, if that's helpful to you, actually.
All right, so 20.
The same stuff, but in color.
Okay, well, trying to be, and I'm just, because it's condensed on these
Yeah, I know, I
So
know.
$1 million,
1.035 million in September.
1.049 looks like.
39, no.
Bayberry?
Bayberry, listing price 1.049, closing price 1.035.
Oh, okay.
Right, and so you can see some colors, like, this is like Quartz Kitchens, it's new.
Where's the closing price? I'm just looking.
It's looking underneath there, 1.0.
Oh, on the bottom,
Yeah, the VP,
okay,
right?
okay, close price.
Right, and you can see in the pictures, like, this is kind of a nicer looking house.
Yeah.
Than my house, based on the pictures you've seen, right? So that's one, and that's, again, only 4 blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that the $300,000 difference can be supported by just the yard being larger,
Yeah.
right? So that's one. 268 Ridgeview would be our second comp, closed in January of 2025. Same size as my house, has 1 fewer bath, admittedly, but it's renovated, it's nicer.
Yep.
Basement, that closed at 1.2 in January. So again, less than mine. And we included 4 Nelson,
Yep.
right? October 2024, so the beginning of sort of the review window.
Yeah.
That house is smaller than our house and closed at 1.2.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you look at that house at 1.2 and these other larger houses selling for the same or less, it supports the idea that the market's actually going in the wrong direction, not up at that point. So that's that. And then we did not submit this one with this appeal, but I want to show you here. 287 Lucille. 287 Lucille closed in.
I was in that house. Yeah.
You're in that house. Okay, so you know what that house looks like. That house is 5 houses away from my house. It's a corner lot, same size yard, much bigger house than mine. It's at least 1,500 square feet bigger, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that house closed in November, so just outside the window. So I think it's like secondary, but it's within like 2 weeks of the closing.
Oh no, it's still
1.33.
Yeah.
So that closed at essentially the same value as my house, despite being at least 1,500 square feet bigger.
Yeah.
I just don't think that my house is worth as much as they're saying.
Yeah. No, that's a good comp. That's an excellent comp. Excellent.
That's where I leave it to you to ask questions or follow up. But that's our argument.
Yeah, and we'll have photos. We'll have our laptops with us the night of the deliberation, so we can pull all this out. I know it's black and white.
Yeah, I gave you the colors. I gave you the colors actually.
Okay, yeah. No, you all the same information. Okay. So, no, you did a good job, and your realtor wife was able to help you with all this, which is very good, because that's what we like.
I'm sure you recognize the color printout.
Yes, I did. And fortunately, there are 2 realtors on the board, myself and Paulette Cuso, who's very, very knowledgeable. We do have a couple of people who have been on the board before. One of our alternates was our chair for a number of years, and she's very knowledgeable too. We have 5 elected members. I'm one of the elected members, and 4 alternates. So all 9 of us will be deliberating, and it's my job to present your case to the board. So you've done a good job of giving us good comps, and I mean, even some of your sales comps have sold under what you are asking to go to.
Correct.
So, and then just out of curiosity, how did you arrive at that number? How did you calculate that number?
Sure. It's a discussion with my wife, who's a realtor, kind of like valuing in between, like.
So what she thought was the fair market value.
Yeah.
And I think that's very fair that you took that into account instead of going to the lowest number of your sold comps.
Right.
You didn't ask for that.
No, I recognize that.
Right. So I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. You'll get a letter from the Board of Assessment, from the assessor's office, not from us, from the assessor's office, once that vote is in. It'll be one of 3 things. Yes, you got reduced to your number, or you got that appeal granted, you got a partial appeal, or you were denied. If you're denied, you can always go to the Superior Court and appeal it there as well. Okay. But I will do my very best to get this presented to the board and see what we can do for you. But thank you for all that information.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm going to end the Okay, so the time is 10:50. This is appeal number 548, and the address is 100 Dwight Street. The appellants are Anthony Papacoda and Stephanie Farkas, correct?
Yes, that's my maiden name.
Okay, they have you as it,
yeah.
Okay. And so I'm going to swear you both in. If you'll raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If you will just sign there next to the X's. So do you have children in the school, or your children go to CCD or
Yes,
Faith
they were
Formation?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Our oldest just made reconciliation a few weeks ago, so she's
Oh,
due
yeah.
her communion in a few months, which we're getting ready
Yeah,
for.
so you're, so she's in the same class as my grandson, Stiles McBride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where,
He goes to Riverfield.
it was Riverfield. Okay,
Yeah.
we do the Sunday program.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, do you do the Wednesday one?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, I might switch to Wednesday, next year, we'll see. But,
Yeah.
yeah, we do the family program, where we do like once a month, the family goes, and then she goes
That's
every
so
week.
nice. I
It
think
is
that's
nice.
really
She
nice.
does
Yeah,
really
Janet does
that.
a great job. All right, so just to review, the town has you at $2,073,682, and you are asking to go to 1,625, correct?
Correct.
And I see you have an appraisal. This is good. Okay, I was just starting to look at your information here. You're a 4-bedroom colonial, 3.5 baths. When were you built?
2013.
2013. Okay. Who built that? Do you remember?
Al Camerata?
Oh, yeah, sure. All right, so what is the date of this appraisal?
It was just done,
You just had it
we
done?
just had it done
Okay.
in February,
Okay.
right before. we
Perfect,
submitted,
perfect,
yeah.
perfect. And I'm just trying to, okay, and you came to 1,625, which is what you're asking for, and your comps are, let's see, who did the appraisal?
Mike Parcell.
Oh, yeah, we've seen a bunch of his. Okay, oh, yeah, you know what? He did the whole street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it before, yes, okay. All right, so, Oldfield Road, Cummings Avenue, okay, Cummings, Longdean, okay. Let me see the photos of those. Did he use because some of them he did different appraisals because I had a couple that was the same appraisal, the same comps rather used for it, but you're a colonial, some of them are capes.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
There's still capes on our street.
Yeah. All right, there's the subject. Yeah, you've got kids. How many?
Two.
Two girls.
Nice. And do they go to Sherman? No.
One goes to Sherman,
Okay.
and then our other actually goes to Assumption for pre-K.
Oh, nice.
Right now,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
We did look into St. Thomas, unfortunately.
We got
were
waitlisted.
waitlisted.
Oh.
They just had like a very odd year where all the kids were
Mhm.
siblings of
Yeah.
current students.
So, of
and,
course, yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, she goes to Assumption, which we're very happy there too.
Okay, I know this one. Oldfield. Cummings, I know that one. Been in all these. Longdean, yep. And that had trouble selling. That had a lot of trouble selling.
Really?
Yes. And it finally went for 165, but I know the agent who had that too, because I'm a realtor too. So that took a long time. Time to sell. And he kept reducing it. So that's good. And then the last one on Howard Street. Okay. All right. So you know what? Listen, we love appraisals because, especially this year when we have 911 appeals to go through, and somebody gets their homework done and gets an appraisal, thank you. It makes my job so much easier.
Oh, good, okay.
So, and, my job is to present your case to the board. There'll be 9 of us. There's 5 of us that are elected. I'm one of the elected members, and then 4 alternates. So the fact that all your information is right here, we don't have to go in and try to find them, really appreciate that. And in my estimation, if somebody comes to the appraisal, I'm like, done, check, all right, let's move on to the next one, because it's a no-brainer.
Okay.
So I thank you for this. And, you'll be hearing, once we deliberate, and hopefully we can get to that by the beginning of April, I think we're going to be able to do that. You'll be able to listen to the deliberation when it happens, but you'll get a letter from the assessor's office saying one of 3 things: either you got approved for your number, or you got a partial appeal granted, or you got denied. I can't imagine you're going to get denied, but I'm only one of 9 people. So, but we do like appraisals. So, and then if you're not happy with that, you can always go to the Superior Court in the state of Connecticut. But I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to end this recording. All right, the time is 11:11. And this is appeal number 941. The address is 279 Morehouse Lane. The appellant is Elora Sweedler. And my name is Helene Daly. I'm going to swear you in, Elora. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
If you'll raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, so you'll sign next to the X. Okay, thank you. So just to review, the town has you valued at $3,976,900, right? And you are asking to go to $3,100,000. Okay. How did you arrive at that number?
So if you want to follow along with me on this, I can explain.
Okay. This is information I don't have, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I dug into it more deeply after.
So you're a 6-bedroom, 3.5 bath, colonial, 5,194 square feet.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
So I looked at the base period sale price that the town advised between October 1st, 24 and 25. And these were the comps I came up with.
That's good. They're all the base valuation year.
And they're all appraised less than mine, even if they have more square footage and more land. Then I also, the house next door to me is brand new, is also more square footage, triple the land. And
yes, that's like 3 acres, right?
Yeah. For much less. So even if we take the highest one, 971 Hope Farm Road, it's appraised $412,000 less than my house, larger and on a bigger lot. Same with these other houses. Actually, mine has, Reading Road is about exactly the same square footage, but they all have more land, and except for Cross Highway, have more square footage. So then I looked at the square footage.
Okay.
And as you can see,
using the same comps. Yeah.
So if you look at it from square footage viewpoint, you can see mine comes to $765 per square foot, and the others are significantly less, anywhere from 54 to 23% less. So then I dug into the field card, and I looked, and I noticed that the grade was an E.
Yep. That's an I haven't come across that one yet.
So they're very rare, and E is like best of the best, top of the line. So I am trying to understand why the grade is an E. And because what I did is I looked at how they calculated my appraisal. And what they did is if you take the unit cost of each of these items, add them up, then, okay, I'll just read it. So you take the unit cost, right, that comes to the 3188. The depreciation brings it down to 3092.
Okay.
And then they added in, on the other page of the field card, they added in an appraisal for this other outbuilding. I don't know if this is XF. Is it a shed maybe?
I don't know.
Okay, well, they added in that. They added in an outbuilding, which might be the building by the pool, then the land. And that's where they came up with this 3976.
Okay.
So if you look at the unit cost for the other houses in my neighborhood, all these comps, they are much less than this. So new and 12 years.
It's so funny because it's like, well, if A+ has always been the highest one, how did you come up with E? It's like there was nowhere to go because you were already at the top.
Right.
Then you had to create a new designation. Yeah.
And what I'm trying, my house does not have any things that you would think would be better than an A+. It doesn't
Did
have.
you put that in writing here?
Yes,
Okay.
it's under my argument 3.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any of these. And I also said that the house right next door, brand new, larger.
And they have an outdoor kitchen. They have a whole outdoor entertaining area. They have, what else did she say? I remember them saying. Heated garage, right?
I don't have a heated garage.
Yeah.
So I don't have any of these things. My fixtures are in the bathrooms. They're regular Kohler basic line,
Yeah.
Kitchen is quartzite countertop. So nothing that makes it like above and beyond.
Right.
I'm saying in my opinion, an A+ rating is generous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you continue.
Yeah, and then, I mean, what are the houses rated that do have all of those things? Is that an F?
So how do so I didn't know how to pull the other E-rated houses in town.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
It would be impossible.
I would have if I could have to,
Right.
strengthen my case, but regardless,
Yeah.
the one right next door and also other homes by the same architect built around the same time mine was are all A+. They're not E. So if I do the same calculation that was used to come up with my appraisal, but use the unit cost of the brand new house next door, does that make sense?
Yeah.
The appraisal comes to $1,997,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a huge
Wow.
discrepancy.
Using the unit cost for the house, the brand new construction next door, that brings you to what?
$1,997,000.
Okay.
So, and this house has stone on the facade. You're familiar with it, I'm sure.
Yes.
It's brand new. So if I do the exact same calculation that was used to
Mm-hmm.
come up with my appraisal, that is what the number that I get with.
And I
So
mean,
it's not
and you're
apples to apples at all.
you're being very generous in even asking for 3.1.
Right. So to be honest, when I wrote that down, I hadn't dug into it as deeply, and I was kind of thinking, okay, what might be reasonable, that the town would reduce it by, et cetera. But when I really dug into it, I think 1 is even too high, to be quite frank. So I don't know if I can change that number,
You can,
but
you can.
if you
Now's the
look
time to do
at,
it.
so I'm gonna request 2 million.
2
And, well, 1997, just to make it
Yeah.
easy. But if you look at my last page, because you can look at it a bunch of different ways, right?
Yeah,
So if I look at it, even at the sales, the largest cost basis based on sales, which is not how it was done, if you use that square footage, that dollar per square foot, my appraisal would be at 3 million.
because, the house next door is what number again?
325.
325, and their appraised value is 2667.
For about 1,000 square feet more and
Yeah.
triple the land.
Oh, yeah.
And my house is 12 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, the mechanicals, everything, it's, it's not, I don't know. There's
All right,
so
so
many
you wanna go to-
advances in,
you want to just go to 2 million?
yeah, let's say 2 million.
Okay.
I mean, I know that is a huge,
No,
but the way, I can back it up.
Yeah, well, you hadn't done all of your homework on this, and so you know,
Right.
which I understand, people
yeah.
need time to do that.
Correct.
And you did. So, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with how you went through this and had,
Thank you.
3
It's
very,
been
very good,
spent quite a bit of
solid
time on it.
arguments. I can see that, I can see that. Very well presented,
Thank
and what
you.
I like is that it's very concise. It's not volumes of pages that we
Yeah.
don't have time to go through.
Right.
This is very, very easy to read. And because I'd already done one this morning on Morehouse,
Mhm.
and she showed me all of the other properties on the street.
Right.
I get it, and there's just no way that, what they have you valued at. Almost 4 million.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. All right. So, this is good. So, here's what is going to happen. We're a little more than halfway through our 911 appeals. And then hopefully by beginning of April, we'll start deliberating on these. And then, once we have voted on you, there were a 5 elected member board. I'm one of the elected members. Plus we have 4 alternates. So we'll be voting on this, and then you'll receive, something from the town stating that either you've got your number granted for that appeal, or you got a partial appeal, or you got denied. I can't imagine that. They're not. But I'm one of 9 members. It's my job to present this to the board, so I'm glad that I already had the other one this morning, so it all kind of makes sense. And then you'll hear from us, and if you're not happy with the results, you can always appeal to the state superior court.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you for doing your homework on this, and you've got some good information. Do I have all of these fields? No, I don't.
So
All
which
these
ones
fields-
do you want? This is the one next door, if you
Yes.
want that one.
Definitely want that one.
This is mine, which obviously you should have. And I don't know if
Which
you
I have.
wanted, I just took for comparison's sake, this is the one that sold for the most, although that's not necessarily the one you would use as a cost basis, because all the others, were in between, so,
That's the Holmes Farm Road one,
mhm.
but that's greater square footage. I mean, let's just put it in here for
I mean,
comparison.
I have field cards
Yeah.
for all these homes
Yeah.
if you want them, but.
What about Jessica Lane? You have that one with
Yeah.
you? Because the Jessica Lane one, I like the fact that it's, quieter street, like Morehouse Lane.
Mhm. There you go.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I remember that house too.
That's a beautiful street.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, good. I think we're all set, and I will do the best I can, and I think you did a lot of good prep work for this, so I appreciate it, Laura.
Thank you.
I'm going to end the recording.
And you have the packet?
I do.
Okay, cool.
All right, the time is 11:33. This is appeal number 944.
Okay.
The address is 26 Pine Creek Avenue, and the appellant is Karen Brown. Are you?
This is you?
It is.
Oh, perfect.
But, so is this your spouse, Karen?
No, Karen, is my mother.
Oh, your mother,
Yeah.
okay. Did she give you?
Yes. We have an affidavit in there.
Okay, I didn't look through it. Okay, very good. So, and you are Eric Brown. Oh, I see you here, okay. And Eric, I'm going to swear you in, so raise your right hand.
Absolutely. Very official.
All right. Oh, yeah, we're
I love it.
I
love it.
You solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes,
You got it. All
absolutely.
right, there you go.
Thank
Sign
you.
next to the
You
X.
have it.
Well, you're nice to do this for your mother.
Yeah. I happen to be well positioned to do it.
Okay, so just to review, you are a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, colonial, 2,778 square feet, built in 1915. The town has you at $3,077,664, and you're asking to go to 2,350,
Yes.
correct? Okay. And so why don't you go ahead and tell me how you got to that?
Sure. So, as by way of background, I am a real estate broker.
You are?
I am. I didn't bring my card.
Who are you with?
I'm a Compass.
You are?
Yeah. It's a real estate broker.
I love this.
So I'm based out of both 3 areas. So I work in Connecticut, I work in Westchester, and I work in New York City.
Wow.
Mainly out of New York City, but I kind of do business everywhere.
Well, nice to meet you.
Yes,
Fellow
nice to meet you as
Compass
well.
agent.
Yes. I was the 100th agent at the company.
Were you?
Yeah,
You got in
I was.
early.
They were like, we're a boutique, high-end, we're never going to grow to be too big.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
that went out the window.
Uh-huh.
But, I see Rob, in the office, and
Oh, my
we're
gosh.
friendly.
Amazing man.
Anyway, so, I do, I've sold $1.5 billion worth of real estate. A third of it has been off market.
Uh-huh.
And, my whole thing is we kind of do higher end residential sales, throughout Connecticut, Westchester, and, New York. I was at Element before.
Uh-huh.
I knew Jen Leahy when she first joined and never sold an apartment or never sold a house, and, now she's superwoman. And,
Wow.
anyway, so I've been doing it for about 16 years.
Uh-huh.
And I also, Karen is my mother. We grew up in Easton, and then when my parents split up, my mom moved to Fairfield, and they bought the house, I think in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they paid. I think it was $2.3 or something like that. And the appraisals have kind of gone up and down. Anyway, I'm tangenting here. Let me be more brief. So, my goal here is not to complain about the increased percentage or what the neighbors are worth or anything like that. It is purely what is this house's value in today's market. We're actually kind of quietly working to sell the house, and we have spent some time working on that.
Yeah.
My appeal brings up all the points that the buyers have made, and I think ultimately, whatever the house sells for is obviously what the town wants to have it as an appraised value, less 5%, right? It's always 5% less. That's what Tyler told us. So we spoke with Tyler after they gave us the number, and obviously Tyler, came very quickly, and they have 20,000 homes reviewed. So I think they kind of give more of a regional increase and kind of try to line and everything. The beachfront on Pine Creek Avenue, the lots are all fairly similar. So they're all 0.15 to 0.3.
Yep.
There's one double wide, but aside from that, they're all similar. So price per square foot does become a relevant value marker because how do you compare a brand new home versus a home that needs to be, torn down when all the other factors are the same? They're all similar lots. They're all beachfront or, waterfront.
And isn't it the first 14 or something houses have beachfront, and then
something like that, yeah.
And then
and then you go to the creek where you have a dock and not beachfront, and I don't really exactly know how to quantify that, but the beach doesn't have a dock, but they do have a dock, but they still have water views, and then anyway. So bottom
Where do you fall in on that street? So you beachfront.
So that's one of the most important things. She is the very first house on the street.
Oh, okay.
The other property that is technically before her is the condo, which is at the end of Pine Creek Avenue,
Yeah.
which is a 3 or 4 story condo with, I believe, 8 condos in it. And it completely blocks the entire western exposure.
Yeah.
So basically, if you drive down there, I'm sure if you're talking to people, there's a big ugly condo.
Yeah.
And then they have a bunch of houses left in. So my mom is immediately the first house, and her entire exposure here is just a brick wall.
Okay.
So there's and this is probably the second biggest issue that people bring up, is that the entire exposure of half of the house is a 4-story brick wall. Her house is 2 floors, it's as high as it can go, and it stretches, it's fully built on the property.
Yeah.
Right? Versus
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know how it ever got approved one day, but long story short, it is a real eyesore. So your exposure and your privacy are very, really
I wish
diminished.
you brought pictures.
Oh, I mean, I can get you some pictures of that, but it's like this, it's like, you're just,
Email it.
okay, I will. I will. So that's number one. So that is what the second largest issue. First largest issue, I'd say predominantly, is the condition. So when mom, whoever, bought the house in 2007, it was built, I think, in the
1915.
originally, but it's been rebuilt.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
they have you as a colonial expanded, which is a new designation.
Right. So it was one of the first homes to ever meet the new FEMA standard. Not the new one, but like the original FEMA standard that came in that said all houses need to be on.
When was that rebuilt?
I think in 2000.
2001.
Sure.
Second story down. The house is down.
Yeah. So 2000 it was mostly rebuilt, and it was put on, stilts or concrete. So that's how old the house is. Most buyers coming in bring a GC, bring an architect. We've had, I've looked at it with her. It's over $1 million of cost to bring the house up to where, it would sell for top dollar in today's market.
Right.
The roof, the siding, all the trim is rotting. The porches. It's beachfront, right? So the salt really.
What were you trying to sell it for? We
wanted to try and get like high 2s or 3.
Yeah.
And people are saying, listen, like, we love it, it's a great property, but like we have $1 million, plus. I have $1 million quote to redo the infrastructure, right? Because it's now a 27-year-old house. My mom never did a single thing.
Yeah.
So the floors, the kitchen, the bathroom, the roof, the mechanicals, the siding, the trim, the door, everything needs to be redone. So listen, this is a house your buyers walk in and go, hey, it's a great house, it's got a lot of potential.
You're buying location.
You're buying the location, and it needs a gut, okay? So I think with all of that, the town is maybe, I think this house is at most ever worth $3.25 to $3.3.
Yeah.
Fully renovated. Gut job, top to bottom.
Yeah.
The comps, which there are very few that the town was using, and even I'm using.
Yeah.
Would then put the price per square foot like well over $1,000. There is absolutely nothing that is sold for $1,000 a foot or even close. Even close.
Yeah.
Even new properties have not sold for $1,000 a square foot. So I think in the appeal, most renovated houses are selling in the $750 to $850 a foot range, right? And that would make my mom's home worth something in the $600 to $650 a foot range, because someone's going to then go put in at least $750,000, if not $1.25 million, something around that range.
What's that number again? So what the town has you?
So what the town has, I have it in my appeal.
Okay.
It's over $1,000 a foot.
Okay.
Maybe it's like $1,100 or $1,150 or $1,050, whatever it is. I believe there is truly nothing that is traded for that amount of money. So there is no justification to say that any house on the street, let alone the one that is next to a condo that completely blocks an entire view, could be worth that. There are new houses that do not sell for that. Brand new.
Yeah.
And now, admittedly, there are very few comps. But the comp exists.
That's
in no way.
market rent.
So I put 225. I told Tyler, I expressed, and there's a couple other points in there, but mainly the view, the condition, and this isn't maybe.
You have down here 235.
235.
Yeah.
Okay. The other aspect of it is that she is the first house along with condo that's on the public beach, and basically there have been, over the years, people just like from the public beach just come
Oh,
up.
yeah.
And like they
Oh,
steal
yeah,
her lawn
yeah.
furniture, people come and ask her for
Oh,
drugs,
yeah.
alcohol. The kids go out at night. Listen, when I was
Yeah.
a kid, like I went out at night. Like
Yeah.
you go out, they do fires, they're drinking, they're
Yeah,
partying.
yeah.
Like there is a material, quiet enjoyment
Yeah.
impact
Yeah.
from this beach, which isn't necessarily something you know as a buyer just going to look at it, but
Right.
you know, your first week there, you find out. So that is a factor. I don't know if it really counts for this. There's nothing to know, but really it's the condition, it's the view. The location's obviously wonderful, but this condo, the view, the work that buyers said they need to put into it, I firmly believe it's probably worth in this 225, 235 range. And with $1 million invested, I think it could be worth in the low threes.
Yeah.
But the town saying it's worth in the low threes in this condition, I believe, is off the mark and not a proper assessment.
Do you have any marketing materials that you made up just for a private exclusive, buyer to look at?
I don't, but I can.
But I mean, just to show people that, you were
Sure,
trying to market it quietly.
Yes, I can.
Have any of our Compass agents shown it?
I'm not, I need to think.
Katie O'Grady? No?
No, Katie, I gave her a referral. I need to think. I mean, I'll show you the pictures, like the conditions is rough. So.
Well, photos would really help.
Okay.
That
Sure.
would be very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want a picture of the.
All the records, can I just send those to you, or how does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, is that okay? Okay. And this is beside the point, my mom is on a fixed income, she's a senior citizen, she loves her community here, and she's like, listen, like, if I move here and, I have kids and like my taxes go up, like my kids are in the school, like I have to stay, I will figure it out. She truly, at a certain tax amount, like could not afford to stay here. And I'm not trying to, say, life's so tough for people on the beach or anything like that, but, she's a senior citizen, she's got a very defined income.
Yeah.
And she could not have a major swing. And when I looked at everything, I said, listen, you are not worth what a new house is worth. Like, this is just wrong.
Yeah.
And Tyler agreed with it, but they were like, we just can't make that big of a swing. Like, you got to go through the appeals.
Right.
They agreed with everything I had said.
Right.
They were like, we totally see what you're saying, but.
I mean, it's not a massive house. It's not.
No, it's under 2,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And it needs $1 million.
Wow.
So it's not worth 4 with the renovation. It couldn't be.
Right.
So that's it. I think if it listed, it would sell for in the range of what I'm saying.
All right.
And that's not the goal. I mean, she really wants to stay.
Yeah.
But.
No, you've given us some good data, and believe me, I understand the fact that there's so little inventory. When we say to people as realtors, like, oh, the inventory is so low, they don't understand it.
Yeah. Oh.
And I say to them, no, right now we should have at least 500 listings on the market that we can show our clients, like to choose from.
Yeah.
And I said, we're down below 100. And they're like, what?
The same in the city.
They can't believe it. They're like, no, that's what we mean when we say. So for us to be able to find comps in this
It's hard.
and on a location like Pine Creek Avenue, that's very specific.
Yeah.
Right there. So,
There's a couple, but, I mean, like, is Fairfield Beach Road, like, a good comp? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
Right.
Like, really, it would be great if there were, like, a bunch on Pine, but there's just not.
Yeah.
So anyway, like, I just want our value to be accurate to, like, what it would actually sell for. And I hope I don't have to, like, sell it for her, at such a low number for that town. I mean, obviously, she's not school here. But,
all right, so here's how the process goes. It's a 9-member board right now. We have 5 elected members. I'm one of the elected board members, and there are 2 realtors on the board.
Oh,
so
perfect.
that's also very good, so that's helpful. And then 4 alternates. Once we start deliberating, which hopefully will be the beginning of April, we will, as they come in, we'll vote on it, and then that's when the assessor will send you a letter.
Okay.
And, you'll either hear that you got the full amount granted, or you got a partial appeal, or you got denied. If it's denied, they won't tell you why. You can go back and listen to how the vote went in the deliberations, which will be recorded. And then if you're not happy, you can always go to State Superior Court.
Okay. How many of these do you guys have?
911.
Is that good or bad?
That's insane.
Insane.
Because normally it's like 150. Oh, yeah.
Are you guys like upset with Tyler?
Yes, Tyler, but also the assessor. All right, I'm gonna end the recording now.